Hey guys, welcome to the Rock and Road Show. And today, the star of the show and I, this is Sundance. Yeah. Hey Sunny, how's it going? You being a good boy today? Huh? Are you being good? That's what I thought. I was being a super guard dog today. Yep. Don't forget to check out my Facebook page. I have one. It's under Lori Rose 360 degrees. I am all over the web. I also have a page on eBay where I'm selling stuff that I have repaired and made. I grew up on an Indian reservation. Yep. And you're going to see my makeshift hogan today. And on eBay, it is Tequila Sun Trading, all one word, capital T's, Tequila Sun Trading on eBay. And that will help me to buy more car parts and get the bills paid from this, what somebody's calling an adventure. Oh boy. Okay, yeah, because someone told me being broke down in Texas in 150-degree heat, and ending up owing $61,000, and ending up going to a piece of shit shop called Big Rick's, in which they put my $11,000 engine in wrong and crooked, and didn't connect it to the exhaust manifold, evidently, on this side. I'm going to let you hear it in a minute. You'll hear it. And it's leaking all over the ground because they confessed and wrote down that the rear main seal is leaking like a sieve and a whole bunch of other stuff. Oh, yeah. Yep, they confessed to it. Brand new block. It cost me $6,000. Them and the rental car and everything was $12,000 to get this done. Oh, yeah. Yep. In fact, another mechanic talked me into taking it out of the shop, and I didn't want to. I don't like taking stuff that doesn't run out of a shop, and it still doesn't run. So aside from that, so my channels and all my stuff are trying to help me pay for the bills and get the vehicle and go home. I'm still stuck and broke down in Texas. This is my cabana. It did look really nice a few times because I had sheer, clear, beautiful curtains that matched. They were the same color. I'd used some blend up in here, some spray paint, try to make it a little more huntery and bushy and kind of blend in. It doesn't look that nice now, but it has looked nice. We just had a double tornado last night with rain, and rain the day before. It actually rained so much in 24 hours. It rained as much as it would in a year. Yeah, Fort Hood area. That doesn't mean I'm right there. It means some place within, like 30-mile radius. Yes, please stop crying. I already know. My dog's nervous. I think he hears trouble coming again. Been getting harassed quite a bit by lunatics that tore up the road. And then they want me to leave down the road that they destroyed. So when I first got here to set up a little bit of shade, I had one tarp. And there was a big natural branch coming off this tree across. And in a huge storm, it came down and smashed everything. Yeah. So I put up a fake. And I put the fake up in between some joints of a few other small trees with a dead tree that came down from a lightning storm. I know. Yep. And you can see it jointed and set up in there. And then I started all over again. And what I ended up doing after that is I no longer just hung one stupid tarp off the branch. I went ahead and put a tarp out. And then I hung a tarp down from the front. So it was like a big garage door. And you could roll it up or squeeze it sideways like a big shower curtain. But a big garage door and the two chairs. And that way we could get some laundry dried out once in a while from all the freaking rain. Or just sit down and freaking relax, and I could get some work done. And for the posts or the stopes of this, when I first started out, there were only two trees, one here, and it was very, very skinny and tiny. It was just a baby. I was afraid to tie anything to it. And so actually, I think I used this one. And I put up the first tarp, and it actually just hung off the back. I couldn't even put it up. It just tied to the front and then hung down. Then eventually the third tree here in the back got big enough I could tie off to the third tree. And then eventually I went ahead and made a fourth one. You can make your own stopes just out of tree branches. And what helps to make them flat at the top is just get a bottle and fold them and bend them. Yeah, I folded and bended it. So it's in there. It's holding it up. It's doing pretty good. Then eventually I got some more branches and started branching out and framing the top of it. So I got a big branch out this way. And then I put another branch, of course you already saw in the front. And I wasn't able to get any across the back and the other side, but there just wasn't any more trees close enough yet. They hadn't grown enough. Eventually they probably would, and eventually I might have gotten it done. But nope, somebody's decided that they own the land, but they never showed up. Yeah, they own the land that I'm on. Yep, that's what I was told, and threatened and threatened and threatened and screamed and screamed and screamed and screamed and threatened and threatened and threatened while they tore up the road by 2 pigs yesterday. So, stopes or tent posts, what you want to do is tie off a tarp across your top first to whatever you can find. I've showed you how to make stuff. I showed you how you can start with just 1 branch. I've showed you how you can start with just 2 trees. I've showed you how you can do it with 3 and a fake 4. I think that's pretty good. And make it as tight as you can. Then get your stopes or your poles. And you always want something at the top of them. Some people use rags and cloth. If you do that, you're going to get bugs and birds. And I use plastic bottles again. It keeps them from tearing and ripping through. And you can adjust them and you can move them and make them tighter and make them looser by moving them around. Here's how I tied off my plastic. I had a couple different ways I did it. And this is the teepee way. I don't know if you've ever put up teepees, but I have. And so I tied a knot in my plastic and then shoved a stick through it and then hung it in the string. That's actually the way teepees are done. Yeah. And so, well, I used to do mountain man rendezvous and Ren fairs and SCA events. I've lived and traveled all over the world. I've actually climbed parts of 2 of the world's highest mountains, the Andes and the Himalayas. And I've crossed 4 of the world's most famous jungles, PT in Yucatan, the Amazon, Southeast Asia, all alone, by myself, with a 75-pound backpack. And that was not in the military. And you can see where I did it like a teepee here too. This is where you just take out just a tiny bit, whatever kind of plastic you can get, and you just bunch it up and then wrap a tie around it a bunch of times. I got lucky, I had some eyelets to run it through, and then boop, just tie a little bow. You don't need anything fancy. I bow tie most of my stuff, and the stuff comes down within minutes to seconds. Minutes to seconds. And you can take it with you. So I'm going to take these 2 flat tarps probably down today because I got other stuff to do. We've got more storms coming, and I'm not sure where we're going. Oh yeah, because I had a place, and the owners never showed up. I'm going to let you listen to the engine that Big Rick's put in. Sounds like it's going to throw a rod. Thanks a fucking lot, Big Rick's. And they had even put my hood on loose, in which it fell off and fell on my breast twice. I found out about it outside of a parts store. They busted my front headlights. They blew out my front marker lights. They ripped my under the hood fuse box in itty bitty pieces. I had to get brand new ones. I was running off the originals. But no, I had to go get some more because they managed to fuck off and blow. There's no need to do that to put an engine in. The engine I took in was spotless because I had already spent $45,000 by that point. Still trying to get the truck out of Texas. And if you watch my other shows, you'll know part of that money's because some son of a bitch caught it on fire and I had to replace that and fix that. I had to get it to pass a legal test. I don't know if I've talked to you about all the ways to tie off. Oh, there's another trick to tie off. You always want to see if you can find a joint and tie right above your joints. That helps. You always want to see if you can wrap around at least twice. Wrap around 2 to 3 times and then put your bow in. Yep, and it's going to come out pretty quick. Nice and easy. So, it rained a lot, and it flooded a lot, and it sweat a lot, and then weirdos showed up and harassed the shit out of me, and then they tore the fuck out of the road. So I don't even know if we can get out today, but we're going to try to. And Sir is going to, Sundance is going to miss it an awful lot because he learned how to swim here and repair his broken leg here, repair his broken ribs here, because, oh, he fell when he was a baby twice. And he busted his ribs, and he broke a joint to a back leg. Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. It doesn't slow him down much because he's figured out how to use it anyhow. Yeah, but a lot of swimming has been a lot of therapy for him. They wanted $1,000 to fix the leg, and then all the vets I've seen in Texas are, I don't know where the fuck they're from. I don't think they're from Earth, and I think they've read some kind of book from the 1940s. They scare the shit out of me as a vet. They're not that bright about anything. Oh yeah, and oh yeah, on this main post up here, I didn't want it poking through the plastic, so I put a bucket on it also. And to tighten it up, I just put Walmart plastic bags inside of this. I think it was a tea bottle or juice bottle. Put a bunch of plastic bags and then shoved it on the post to hold it up, not poke it through. And grown men have come over here and went, wow. I don't know why. I guess a lot of people don't know how to set stuff up, I guess. I don't know. So don't forget, you got to put your top in first. Doesn't matter. You got to put it in first. And the more layers of one you have, the more shade you're going to have. Oh, yeah. So I went one way with one. I went aft, and then I went shaft. Kind of. Yeah. So I went vertical and horizontal is what I did. It gave me shade, and it stretched it out, and it helped from the leaking and the wind. We've had 60 to 75 mile per hour winds out here. And like I said, when the rain came, it was, at first it rained like it used to rain when I was in the jungles down near Costa Rica. Then it got worse. It does this new river rain shit you read about in the news. And it held up. The only place it kept dry was the very center. That's because I couldn't get it up close enough to the big tree, and then I couldn't get those backs closed up just right. So, and I didn't care at that point. I just wanted just a little space. I'm not here to live here. I wasn't camped here. I wasn't sleeping here. Although we did take a nap once or twice. It was 200 degrees. Well, that's about it. Have a good day.